The urgency of the climate crisis can seem overwhelming.
Just changing your own finances matters, changing your own consumption matters, of course, but also pulling on the strings of all of those networks that we're connected to advocate for larger systemic change at every level and in every place where you have a voice.
In Divestment's finest hour, it was a successful part of the anti-apartheid campaign in the 1980s, cutting off pro-apartheid companies in South Africa from global funding.
You know, it comes from a long history of communities of faith speaking up and using all the tools at their disposal, from South African apartheid, beyond a lot of advocacy around tobacco and other disinvestment efforts, and this is along those same lines.
Once again, companies are pursuing profit at the expense of human life, this time fossil fuel companies.
And of course, we live within an ethical profession who has a mandate to do no harm. And so there's really no argument to be made for doctors' organizations to continue to invest in industries that we know are leading to climate change, which is now well recognized by the WHO to be the biggest health threat of the 21st century. What's happened at the CMA since our initial vote was that we in fact sold MD Financial, which was essentially set up as a investment vehicle for doctors to invest their retirement savings in back in the 50s. And so we went from being an organization, like most medical advocacy organizations, dependent on membership fees, et cetera, like not particularly well off, to being one of the most well-resourced medical advocacy organizations in the world.
Institutions that have divested from the fossil fuel industry and reinvested in clean alternatives have made a larger profit because of those decisions. The United Church of Canada was one of the first and largest Canadian institutions to divest. They divested $5.9 million from fossil fuels at the first go and have seen an increased return since then because of that decision, and have already reinvested about $3 million into a national building retrofit program so that United Church buildings across the country can access those funds as grants to do important retrofits on their buildings to reduce their own greenhouse gas emissions. I feel really clear that I can't just claim that I can pull my money out and that that's the solution without showing up in all of the same ways to support the transitions that those workers need, to support the transitions that continue to support communities, to support the transitions that help actually repair the damage that we've done to the earth.
There was something, they got a gleam in their eyes and they kind of looked excited, and I think they could visualize the change that it would actually make in the world, and they could see that that would be a significant message to send, and everybody wanted to be part of it. And when we won, that was a really empowering moment for the doctors who'd been involved to say, hey, like when we get organized, when we, have very specific asks, we can create change.
By divesting from fossil fuels, you are joining a massive global movement, which includes over 1,300 institutions, including countries, cities, universities, pension funds, unions, and faith groups. By demanding an end to funding for the fossil fuel industry, you are helping to safeguard a future for all living beings on this planet. Please join us in our campaign. No funding for fossil fuels. No new projects, no new pipelines. Call your banks and move your money. Call your institutions and get them to move their money.